Welcome back to the 360 Sports Network Road to the Final Four podcast series, looking at all those conference tournaments, all 32 of them, on the way to the big dance, looking at who will get the automatic bids, who will be the at-larges, and who will be left dancing by themselves. Because before we fill that field of 68 on Selection Sunday, we first have to make it through those conference tournaments. My name's James Dotson. Today we're looking at the Atlantic Coast Conference, the ACC, and it's all about the Duke Blue Devils this year. When they have their star Ryan Kelly in the lineup, Duke has not lost this season. They have the target on their back. Can they get the automatic bid with everybody going after them? Now, the first team that will have a shot to knock off the Blue Devils, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if it happened, is their huge rival, the Maryland Terrapins. They actually split with Duke this season. Of course, yes, they won when Kelly was not in the lineup. But here's the thing. I don't care if Maryland is 0-28 and Duke is undefeated. They could take down Duke no matter what. This year especially, with their depth, their rebounding prowess, especially with the Ukrainian 7'1" Alex Len, I think anything's possible. I really have a strong feeling that Maryland could pull this off. Especially, they need a win if they want to make the NCAA. They have something to play for. I have a good feeling it's going to be tough to pick them, though, but keep your eye on that game. The next team that would take on Duke would be in the semifinals, and that would be the number 3 seed, North Carolina. Now, they had some troubles early on in the year, but they ended the year with wins in 6 of their last 7 games. They were swept by Duke, though, this year. However, they do put points on the board. James Michael McAdoo, Reggie Bullock, they need to have big games to take down a team like Duke. If they can't, then, believe it or not, UNC actually could be a 9 seed in the NCAA tournament. That's kind of scary to think about. Bullock especially is the main guy that I'm looking at. He shoots 43% from beyond the arc. He's my difference maker. If he shoots it well, UNC could easily take down a team like Duke. But if he doesn't, say hello to a potential second-round matchup against a number 1 or a number 2 seed in the NCAA. Now, the 4 seed, the Virginia Cavaliers. They're about as squarely of a bubble team as you can have right now. Their success is all based on Joe Harris' success. When he shoots it well, they win. When he turns the ball over, they lose. He shoots 43% from beyond the arc, but sometimes I think the Cavs look for him to shoot a little too often. I think they can get past NC State, but I don't see them going any further. And they're a very interesting tournament team because they have a superstar player. He can shoot lights out, and that's always a threat, and I think sometimes the committee looks highly on those kind of teams. However, you see that he sometimes does too much, or tries to do too much, and that's when they get in trouble. So it'll be interesting to see what the committee does with Virginia. Alright, number 2, Duke. What more is there to say, really? Their 3 seniors, Mason Plumlee. Plumlee averages a double-double. Seth Curry, he shoots over 40% from beyond the arc. Ryan Kelly, when he's played this year, his team has not lost. Those 3 lead the way. The team as a whole, though, I think may rely a bit too much on the 3-point shot for my liking. You know how I feel about that. They forget to get Plumlee the ball down low sometimes, and when they do, they struggle. Plumlee averages a double-double. Give him the ball. When you live by the 3, you die by the 3. And that's the reason why I could see them losing to Maryland, I could see them losing to North Carolina, or they can make it to the final and lose, definitely in my mind, to number 1 Miami. And Miami is where it's interesting. They started the ACC season 13-0. However, they lost in 3 of their last 5 games in the season after that. I really like their balance, I really like their efficiency. Shane Larkin, Kenny Kaji, they lead the way, 13-plus points per game each. But every game, somebody new steps up for them, and that's what I really like. Because you have the stars who are always there, but there's always somebody who will knock down the big shot. Everybody knows their role, and it's produced wins for them this year. And I see a big bounce back for Miami. It will be a rubber match in my mind between Miami and Duke, the 1 and 2 seeds. I think they're head and shoulders above the rest. Duke's 3-point reliance and the fact that Kelly actually needed a career high when they beat Miami at home tells me that Miami is the much better team this year. They only lost by 3 points when they played at Cameron Indoor. And that's when Kelly put up 40 points. That won't happen again. Kelly won't put up 40 points. Not a chance. Miami, in my mind, gets the automatic bid. And it will be a borderline number 1 seed. Right now, Duke is said to be the 4th number 1. In my mind, if Miami goes and wins the conference tournament, there's no way that you can put Miami below Duke in the NCAA rankings. But we'll have to see what the committee does. So I say Miami gets the automatic bid. They get the 1 seed, and Duke ends up with a 2. Well, that's it for breaking down the ACC Conference Tournament Championships, and it's going to be a battle, as it always is. Make sure you keep tabs at 360sportsnetwork.com and follow us on Twitter at 3SNetwork as we break down all those tournaments and as we look to see who will get those automatic bids and who might have gotten their bubble pop. We want to make your brackets be as good as they can be, so keep tabs on us and let us help do all your research for you. For 3SN, I'm James Dotson. Have a good night.